talked before about making a detail inside of our section here. Let's go ahead and do that. Under Document, Detail, I'm just going to left click and draw a rectangle, left click again. Hammer symbol comes up and a left click, and that places the bubble up here. This bubble will fill itself out once we place this view onto a layout. Now, we go over here to the navigator. We're in the view map. We're going to go down under sections. We now have a new detail here. We'll double click. We can see our detail in here. Now, some of you have asked, well, where do we find the components to detail this thing? Oh, and also we've got a fill here, and if I select it, it's just lines, but we go up to Document, Set Model View. See how it says Detailing, Drafting, No Fill? We go to Construction Documents. Actually, if we go to Document, Set Model View, Drafting plus Fill, and then we're going to rebuild from source view. Then also we've got our fill back here. Notice we've got a really dense fill here, and that's just because of our scale. If we go in here and we change the scale, say to 3/4 inch or so, notice our fill changes its size. I'm going to go back up to an 1.5 inch scale here. And I'd just like to show you guys where we found some of our components we talked about in class, namely our detail lumber. Under Design, let's see, we're going to go into Object Tool, and we go into General and Detailer Library, and we're going to go down. You guys can't see this, it's way down below here, but you can go into Wood, and let me see if I can expand this back up. No, I think we're about as close as we can. There we go. And under here, under Wood, we have Detail Lumber. Here we can set the size and the board size. You can create a custom size. Once you activate custom, now you can change the size and make anything you want. You can make it 1.5 by 3.5, 1.5 by 5.5, or you could be some weird lumber size if you need a different kind of lumber. Something else we can find is way down under Thermal and Moisture Protection. Thermal protection, we've got our insulation in here. This guy right here, I'm going to go down and click OK. We place him in here, and we can select this, and you could go up and rotate if you need to. And then once rotated, you can just grab these handles and resize it pretty much any way you want. Trick is when you're resizing, if we're in this one here, we're going to be moving the whole insulation. But this one here, we're going to be just resizing one node at a time, so we can sort of stretch this guy into place if we need to. And let's see here. So fills, also if we needed to create, say, some rigid insulation, go into the fill tool, and we can go inside here, and we'll go find rigid insulation. So let's see here. It's always a mystery finding some of this stuff in here. Here it is, insulation rigid. And so what I kind of tell people is if we just create a cube, if we go here, and I'm just going to left click and then tab 2 inches, tab 2 inches, and you just create a little 2-inch cube. You can later go back with your arrow tool, select, left click on an edge, and you go into the offset edge mode. We can be stretching this thing out to any distance we want here.